But if I listen, hope is shouting loud. Lift your head, there's another way out. I will not look to the left or the right. I will look up to the one who is the only source of life. I will look up. In the